Yeah, so I mean, getting my cousins, or giving like the farm to my cousins, or my share of the farm to the cousins, like that's a really good idea. Anyway, I think I'm glad I thought of that because I'd ideally like to do that anyway now. Like whatever happens, I'd like to give sort of like half of it to them, half of mine to them, and if my sister could be cajoled into giving 25% away to one of our cousins, I like a keen cousin, a Harry or a Tom, like that'd be ideal. Because yeah, they are builders, and like what I would have in mind in terms of expanding the farm would involve a lot of building and groundworks. Um, so yeah, they'd be ideal to have on board. Really, they have great expertise in all sorts of things, I reckon. And Harry manages his own business, so yeah, competent business person. Yeah, it could do a lot worse than those, having them on board. And like this is something my father's never managed to grasp. He's like doing it all on himself, all the time. Like, that's not the way to do things. You need people working with you. More people is better. More heads are better than one. Do you know what I mean? And like and he's at numerous points like had money at his disposal. He's like, oh, what do you do when you earn money? Or you spend it. Like, well, yeah, you do spend it, sure. Like, spending money is an important part of making money, I think, or spending money wisely on good things. But, like, what do you do when you make really a lot of money in business? Yeah, you sit back and you start investing in other people's companies, don't you? Like, he's never seen Dragon's Den. Like, yeah, that's what you do. You become an angel investor. You see, like, someone with something that looks promising, like, I want to give you money for this, and like to get something in return out of it. Or would you be interested in us investing in your thing, your product, your service, your business? Really to try and get this off the ground. It looks like an interesting thing, and in terms of interesting businesses, like the amount of what you have at your disposal when it comes to a farm is so unbelievably. There's so much potential there, and like yeah, it really is a shame to have to declare no longer being interested in this opportunity, this business. This this bit of property that I was anticipating taking on at one point in my life, and it's a shame to have to kiss that goodbye because yeah, you can't just like rent a field to somebody and then they're doing their own business in that field. You know what I mean? You can rent out land. You can rent out parcels of land if you want to do it that way. And then in terms of permitted development and what can be done with planning, I bet there's just like a million things you could do. A million. And it comes down to like limiting beliefs, pessimism, and like his own like lack of ingenuity as well. Like everything I've got, everything we've got running past a planning consultant. And I yeah, consulting might be like one port of call or a last port of call. Or if you're really unsure about something, then go talk to a consultant about it. But in terms of like the knowledge that you can build through just reading up on the stuff online, on the legislation, on government websites and so on, you can get huge amounts of information. You just have to be, prepared to read it all. So guess what? You need someone on board who has ingenuity and ideas, is good at reading. And by the way, writing things like business plans and planning proposals and documents, all this stuff. And like do online payments for you and shit with your livery yards. And direct debit eventually. Accountancy, I could do all that. Good. Use Sage Pay. Do it all through the bank. Cut AKC out of the equation. So you're not spending money on lawyers and planning consultants and goodness knows who else. That's all just falling out the bottom of the business.